For 2 decades now, people have enjoyed following the grand assortment of honorable, cowardly, manipulative, and sometimes just flat-out legendary characters in George R. R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire series. But what if you were to pit them against each other one-on-one? Now, there is a twist. I don't just mean in a fist fight, that would be way too easy. Oh no, in a series where it can often be the best charmer or schemer that wins, I've put together a classic RPG-esque stat system that will measure each character's individual achievements in 3 different categories, each with their own 3 determiners. This will be in order to level the playing field for the wide spectrum of characters we have to choose from. The first is physical prowess. Like I said, how good a fighter you are isn't everything, but that doesn't mean you should count it out either. A character's brawn will be measured in 3 ways. The first up is strength. Strength is pretty self-explanatory. This comes down to who can lift the most or hit the hardest. The next up is dexterity. This is how fast and maneuverable a person is, paired with their skill in their weapon of choice. And rounding out this category we have constitution, meaning how resilient a character is to fatigue while fighting, and how many hits they can take. Our next category is mental prowess. Game of Thrones is a chessboard, and sometimes it's those that go in with the most knowledge and preparation that can turn a situation around. First up for this one is intelligence. Now, we all know that there's several different types of intelligence, but we'll boil this one down to who would be the best at solving a logic problem, or who could pick up a new skill or adapt to a new surrounding faster. Intuition. Everyone makes mistakes, but some people make a hell of a lot more than others. Intuition determines a character's good or bad decision making, based on how well we've seen their choices work out before. And strength of will. If constitution is how well your body takes hits, this measures how much torture a character's psyche can go through before it snaps. And finally, we have political prowess. Almost no fights are won alone. You might need an entire army or just 1 or 2 informants, but the fact of the matter is that at some point you will probably have to rely on others to help you. But how easily could you get them to follow? And this brings us to charisma, the ability to sway people with your personality, whether it be your skill at seduction or just being able to say the right things at the right time. It's how well people are drawn to you for you alone. Wealth. Since many people aren't swayed by words but by cold hard cash, it's important to take into account how much money a person has to swing around. And status. In the hierarchy that is Westeros, sometimes people are just going to follow you because of your last name or title, so there's no way that how high up you are in the world can ever be left out of the question. How this works is that each of these 9 stats will be scored out of 10, making each of the 3 categories scored out of 30. Whichever character wins the best 2 out of the 3 categories wins overall. Oh, and one more thing. You guys will get to decide the combatants. Spread the word to every corner of the Game of Thrones community so that you, the fans, may choose your champions. The gauntlet has been thrown down, and here's all you need to do. Hit the subscribe button and comment below with the name of a character. The 2 characters with the most votes are going head-to-head next time on Westeros Brawls.